What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Washington Wizards game review. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Washington Wizards lose to the Toronto Raptors 98 to 108 in favor of the Raptors. Um, I really just don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. Like, it's just one of those things where you just don't want to talk about it. The Wizards were this close. They were so close. They were almost there. Like, they really could have had this one. They were up 5 with like 8 minutes and some change left in the fourth. It really looked like they were about to break away on this one. It was a close game throughout the whole thing. They were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The Wizards played pretty good defense on them throughout the first 3.5 quarters, which was able to keep it close because they only shot like 37% from the field. So they were able to keep it close with good defense, but they ended up just falling apart in the fourth. Like, falling apart so badly in the fourth. This was a must win for the Washington Wizards. This was a must win for them. Like, I really thought they had it, guys. Like, I'm so disappointed. Like, the fact that my voice is even able to like keep up right now is just like, cause really I just want to be like, that's all I want to do. But the fact that I'm like, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. Like, how much more can we take, guys? I really thought we had this one, and you can say there's game 6, and we can force a game 7, but I don't know, guys. I don't. It's not like I don't know in the sense where I don't believe in them at all. It's like I don't know in the sense where I've seen this happen too many times. Like, how many times are we supposed to do this? They keep not being able to win on the road. How are you going to win a game 7 on the road? I mean, it's possible, but it's going to be really, really, really tough. Um, like I said in my game 5 preview video, this was going to be a test of the benches. Toronto's bench was going to be better at home. I said that in my last video. You already know all bench players play better at home. They have the crowd behind them. Like I said, they have a name there. They feel comfortable there. They're at home. Like, stars are going to be stars wherever they are. Starters are going to be stars wherever they are. But the bench always plays better at home. So the bench had, you know, the crowd behind them. And like I said, guys like DeLon Wright were going to have another big game, just like how they had big games in games 1 and 2 at home. I said that. I predicted this. It's crazy. Like, I really thought we were going to get this one. I know in this review I'm going to miss so much stuff about the game just because I, in my heart, don't even want to talk about it. Like, in my heart, I'm hurt about this loss. Like, we were literally so close. We really had it. I really thought we were going to break away in the fourth to be able to take this one, and it just didn't happen. Fell apart. A lot of turnovers, a lot of ISO ball, a lot of there's no ball movement, a lot of turnovers and steals and stuff. And basically the same thing that made the Raptors lose game 4 is the same thing that made us lose game 5. You see how in the last few minutes the Raptors kind of fell apart. Like, they just couldn't buy a bucket. They couldn't make a shot. Um, the Wizards went 11. The Wizards went 3 of 14 in the fourth quarter. They missed 11 shots. Um, the same thing that made the Raptors lose. How they just couldn't buy a bucket. Their defense fell apart. They fell apart, and DeMar and Kyle kind of like tried to take over with hero ball, which is the same thing that was making them fall apart previously. And that's why people started calling them choke artists and all that. The rest of it is the same thing that made the Wizards fall apart in this game. And it's just hard to see because you've seen this happen before with the Celtics series. Same thing I said. I said this in my game 5 preview that I didn't want it to go like the Celtics series where we lose game 5 and then we have to come home and, we have to win game 6 just to force a game 7, just to make it 50-50. We might not even win a game 7. The Raptors, we closed out on the Raptors floor 3 years ago. So, did we? I don't know. I don't think so. But we swept them. We swept them in 2015. I can't even remember. We swept them in 2015. And they want the chance to close out on our home floor they want to do that, and that's how they're gonna play. That's why they weren't worried after game 4, the game 4 loss, that they were so chill. Like, they knew they had it at home. They know what it's like at home. You know when you have your home crowd behind you. They had their crowd behind them. I didn't like that the Wizards let them, get up in the fourth and let their crowd go behind them. I didn't like the rotations of the fourth quarter. I felt like guys like Mike Scott were getting going early, and Scott Brooks took them out. And I'm just like, why? Jan Mahimi was doing decently. Scott Brooks took him out. He played Wall entirely too much, 44 minutes. Um, what else happened? Was it 44 minutes? Yeah, 44 minutes. Wall darn near got a triple double. It's just a tough time to see your team go down like that, because it's like, okay, you want to have hope for game 6 and you want to believe in your team, but you're apprehensive about it. It's like you want to have hope, you want to have faith, you want to believe in your team, you want to say, oh, we're going to force a game 7, but you just don't want it to get down to that. You'd rather them get game 6, win in 6, win game 5 tonight. You don't want another repeat of them falling apart in the fourth again in a game 7. You don't want that. You don't want to watch that. That's heartbreaking. Like, who wants to see that? Nobody. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I might say more another time, but it's just like, it's, I don't know. It's just one of those times where it's just like, you just left shaking your head like, wow, we really could have had this one. We really could have had this one. What else did I like? What did I like about the game? Let's talk about what I liked about the game. I like that other guys were kind of getting involved a little bit before Scott Brooks pulled them. Like, Mike Scott only played 14 minutes. He had 7 points, 4 rebounds. He really looked like he could have, been hot. You could see it in his face. Like, you could see his head was in the game. He was concentrating. I don't like Thomas Satoransky playing that much anymore. It's weird. He's just acting very strange ever since Wall came back. Jan Mahimi had 2 points. I thought he was gonna maybe make a move this game. Ty Lawson with 4 and 4 assists as well. Wall had like virtually no break. Beal had way more time off the court than he did. And I definitely feel like Wall should have got a bigger break. He was gassed towards the end of the game. He had 26 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. Bradley Beal with 20. Kelly Oubre with 4. He shot a 3-pointer. I'm really gonna need for him to stop shooting 3-pointers altogether, really, unless it's like the beginning of the game. We can afford to risk these type of things. Stop shooting 3-pointers. You haven't found your shot. It's not coming back this season. Work on it again next summer. Please stop shooting 3-pointers. The last few minutes, they just kept shooting 3-pointers, and I'm like, you need to stop. You can chip away at this win if you try to attack and get to the basket. Force, force some calls. Anything. A jump shot. Alley oops, anything but all those 3-pointers. Like, it's just, you just guys keep shooting 3-pointers, 3-pointers, 3-pointers that you're not making. They missed 11 shots. 11 shots. Scott Brooks is just continuing to coach poorly, not mismanage minutes. Like, come on now. The other guys should have played more. The bench guys should have played more. But like I said, Raptors bench was going to play better there at home. Norman Powell wasn't on shit. He haven't been on shit all series, so that was normal. 0 points again for him. Siakam with 4 points, but he played great defense. Pirtle, 9 points. He was decent. CJ Miles only had 8 points, but they came when it mattered. But they had a third scorer. We didn't have a third scorer. They had DeLon Wright. He had 18 points. 18 points, just like in the first game. Yeah, man. I mean, what can you say? I'm like low-key heartbroken because it's not looking good for us. It's just not looking good. Like, I can have faith all I want. I can be optimistic all I want, but it just doesn't look good. I'm not gonna go off like I did after game 2 and go crazy and all the rest of that stuff. But it just doesn't look good for us, guys. And it was a must win. The Wizards dropped this one, and hopefully, yeah. I mean, my dad tried to cheer me up. I just had a little pep talk with my dad, but yeah. Hopefully we can win game 6 and maybe win game 7. Here's to hoping, here's to praying. And thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, comment, share, whatever you need to do. Bye, guys. Peace. It's your girl, Denise.